In sports, the scoreboard doesn't tell the full story, but Netflix does. Stories about dads who happen to be world-class quarterbacks and a battle for the heart, soul, and direction of the multi-billion-dollar business of F1. Whether you're a diehard fan or you're brand new, Netflix has the stories for every type of fan. You can watch these incredible sports stories like Quarterback, F1 Drive to Survive, Untold, and many more now on Netflix.
This episode is brought to you by Columbia Sportswear. It's snowing again, and that wind chill is killer. But you're not worried about that because you shop the Omni Heat Infinity Collection. It's warmth perfected with tiny gold dots that reflect your body heat inside and protect you from the cold outside. No snow or chilly temps can stop you now. Go out anyway. Shop the Omni Heat Infinity Collection now at Columbia.com/infinity.
Apple Card is the credit card created by Apple. You earn 3% daily cash back up front when you use it to buy a new iPhone 15, AirPods, or any products at Apple. And you can automatically grow your daily cash at 4.15% annual percentage yield when you open a high-yield savings account. Apply for Apple Card in the Wallet app on iPhone. Apple Card subject to credit approval. Savings is available to Apple Card owners subject to eligibility. Savings accounts by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC. Terms apply.
And Lautaro with the volley, it's just brilliantly taken and just shows what a excellent footballer he is, what a technically expert centre forward, scoring that with a sort of aplomb that I just think you don't get from every striker at all. And I think that even beyond his goals, he was really running the show in that first half. I think there was a moment at 1-0 actually, which stood out to me when he has Nikola Milenkovic climbing all over him in the in the tre quarti, as it were, sort of halfway up the Fiorentina half. And Milenkovic is a big dude, you know. Milenkovic is 6'5", and he's climbing all over Lautaro, and Lautaro just throws him aside like he's nothing, like brushes him off like he's a leaf or something, and then plays the through ball for Edin Dzeko, who goes through on goal and misses the target under pressure from a defender, but still probably should do better. So I thought Lautaro was excellent. I don't think that's me saying anything particularly profound, but it still needs to be said. This is the Lautaro who, I suppose, is a World Cup winner, didn't necessarily look like a brilliant player in the World Cup final, or perhaps for much of the World Cup when he was injured. But he's a player who belongs in that conversation of the best strikers in the world when he's like that. And he's such a infuriating player. We've talked about his streakiness plenty on the podcast. You go through these long patches where you feel like he's not there at all, and it's infuriating. But when he's in his hot streaks, I think he's really belongs in the conversation of the best. And he is doing that at the right time for Inter. This was his 100th and 101st goals for the club, but I think to me more sort of crucial would be the fact that it's his 9th and 10th since the start of April. And I think that if Inter needs someone in form going into these finals, it's him, and he's delivered in one of them. Still one to come, of course. And I thought it's so hard to talk about this game without turning our minds to Istanbul and the Champions League final. And that feels tremendously unfair in lots of ways, because actually it deserves to be celebrated on its own.
Become a member at patreon.com/Serie A Chronicles for regular bonus episodes and content.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.